While flying through the air, the father and daughter accidentally crashed into a building. They slid for hundreds of meters before finally coming to a stop. This left the people in the meeting nearby stunned. Surprisingly, the father and daughter calmly greeted them. At that moment, the little girl realized she was probably in big trouble. She immediately tried to find a way to escape, but was stopped by a woman who demanded that the man explain himself. The man had initially planned to give a casual excuse, but noticed the serious expressions on everyone's faces. After a moment of thought, he came up with a perfect excuse. He told them he was a master of prophecy, and could easily predict the rise of their company's stock prices with a simple calculation. The little girl, eager to cover for her dad, praised his incredible powers, claiming that no one could match his extraordinary abilities. Reluctantly, the father began to cast his spell. He picked one of the worst performing stocks on the market. The woman scoffed, saying that the stock was about to hit its limit down price, and couldn't possibly rise. However, as soon as she finished speaking, the stock shot up in value. The crowd was stunned, but the man casually named several other stocks that would appreciate in value. The grandmother immediately instructed her assistant to buy them all. Sure enough, within moments, all the stocks hit their price limits, reversing the company's previous losses and even bringing in a huge profit. As the grandmother prepared to thank the father and daughter, she noticed they had already slipped away in the chaos. Furious, she immediately offered a reward of 100 million to track them down. It turned out the father and daughter were not ordinary people. The little girl had innate superhuman strength, while the father, although a master of prophecy, had zero combat skills. Yet, his master insisted on daily physical training for all his disciples, which the father could never keep up with. He finally protested, threatening to leave the mountain if the training continued. The little girl, wanting to defend her father, announced that she too would leave the mountain. Her master, surprisingly, was pleased by this and promptly sent them both down. Before they left, he gave them a jade pendant, instructing them to go down the mountain and search for the little girl's mother. Meanwhile, the grandmother finally found the father and daughter living on the streets. She placed several boxes of cash in front of them, but the moment the man touched the money, it magically transformed into a pure essence, and flew off to the temple, where it was used to restore the founder's golden statue. The father and daughter watched helplessly as the money disappeared, and the master, in a state of excitement, prayed for the founder's blessing so that they might earn even more. Having nothing left, the father and daughter had no choice but to follow the grandmother back to her home. After they ate a hearty meal, the grandmother proposed to adopt the little girl as her granddaughter. The man, seeing this opportunity for a comfortable life, eagerly encouraged his daughter to agree, saying, "You've always wanted to be rich, haven't you? This is the chance." The little girl, after thinking for a moment, happily agreed and ran over to the grandmother to bond with her. But the grandmother, with a concerned look, warned them that her daughter might not agree to this arrangement, especially since she had lost her eyesight. Immediately, the little girl began using her powers, and discovered that her mother's blindness wasn't congenital but was caused by a curse. The man, calculating with his fingers, was shocked to find that he couldn't trace the curse's source. Just then, a pair of so-called miracle-working father and son entered the room. The woman, overjoyed,